I'm Liana Kalivoka, and I serve as the Assistant Director for the Parks and Recreation Department. Thank you all for joining us today to finally and safely celebrate the official grand opening of these exceptional projects, which, quite frankly, are a pretty huge deal for Butler Park, and they are right at the heart of Austin. So we've got two major projects in this park that we are highlighting today. Cutting the ribbon for this beautiful Alliance Children's Garden and recognizing the historically significant signage and markers for Micheal Butler Park at Town Lake Metro Park. Both of these projects have rich histories and heavily engaged communities behind them, making today a long-awaited celebration of all of the hard work that it took to get these projects to the finish line.
Good morning. It is great to be here with you today in District 9 to celebrate this really monumentous occasion. And I want to acknowledge that I'm joined today by my colleagues, Council Members Mackenzie Kelly of District 6, and Councilmember Allison Alter of District 10. It is always special to be here in the park. Some of my fondest memories have taken place in this park. I used to live just up the street in Bolden Creek, and I remember taking my young daughter here. And I'd also like to personally thank Meta Butler Hunt for her continued stewardship of the history of this space. Let's give her a special round of applause.
My name is Colin Wallace, and I am honored to serve as the CEO of the Austin Parks Foundation. And on behalf of our volunteers, our donors, our staff, our board, just a huge thanks to all of you for being here. There's so many people to thank. As all of you that are here know, projects like this don't just happen. They happen because so many people are committed in so many different ways. So I'd just like to say thanks to a few folks. And Mita, you are such an awesome person. I'm so honored to know you, to have you as a supporter of the Austin Parks Foundation, and have you being the person who really led the charge. Thank you to you and your entire family for making this whole thing happen. Just a huge thanks to you. And there's several generations. They're really cool Butler Park bricks pins. Everybody should get one from Mita's grandson.
As Colin said, I'm Emily Little, and I've long been involved in the historic preservation movement in Austin, and it was a great day when I got a phone call from Meta Butler Hunt, who asked me to help design signage to celebrate her great-grandfather, Micheal Butler, and to highlight the reasons that the park we're in today is named for him. Fortunately for the project, Mita was smart enough to hire noted historian Phoebe Allen to do research, and her work resulted in 2 Texas Historical Commission markers for this site. It's one wouldn't do it. We had to have 2. And this indicates the many layers of history that exist on this site. As we dug deeper, we learned more and more about the complexities, and of course there are mysteries as well. But the impact of Micheal Butler and his impact on Austin and his family's impact all happened on this site for the longest duration of any activity here. I hope this park will live longer than the clay pit did, but Micheal Butler operated a very successful brick making business on this site. It was huge, 1873 to 1958, and it was bounded on the east by South First Street, and on the west all the way along the banks of Colorado River, then Town Lake, west to Barton Creek. That entire area was the quarry and brick manufacturing plant. And these bricks are ubiquitous in Austin. They're so common in almost every building in downtown Austin around the 1900s. They're known as Austin Common Brick.
These are the original Austin Common Brick made by my great-grandfather, Micheal Butler. And when we made these signs, we had these wonderful bricklayers that came and figured out how to make them look really perfect here. We only could use them under the signs because wherever you have these other newer brick, they hold up a little bit better under skateboards or graffiti.
Over 3 million of these bricks were used to build the inner walls, the structure of the state capitol in 1888. The stories go on about where Butler brick has appeared. And in 1941, the Butler family donated 91 acres of this former brickyard to the city of Austin for community use. So the naming of Micheal Butler Park recognizes this legacy of craftsmanship and civic pride that aided the development of Austin. This Butler story is a unique one, yet the Butler name is very familiar in philanthropic circles in Austin. We have 3 generous Austin families named Butler, and none of them are related. Sarah and Ernest Butler, golden supporters of music and dance in Austin. Roy and Ann Butler, generous supporters of many of Austin's treasures, and also most notably of the adjacent hike and bike trail. And now we know of Micheal Butler and his lasting impact with his family on Austin. Our project also included the redesign of the informational signage about people honored in certain featured areas of Butler Park: Willie Wells, Doug Somm, and Liz Carpenter. These stories of history are now able to continue to live and be shared by all who visit this amazing park. So Butler Park is the receptacle for this amazing playland that is we're celebrating today. But I'm talking just about that first layer of history and what this property meant to Austin and its development. It also signifies one more underscoring story to be told today, and that's the importance of generosity. And I've never seen it in such full force as with Meta Butler Hunt. It was her desire to not let these stories of history die or be lost over time in the new layers that arrive. It's the same as nearby examples of Zilker Park and Peace Park. Both of these parks, anchors of Austin, are named for single families that donated them to Austin. And what we're realizing in today's world of limited funding for parks is that it will take public and private cooperative efforts. So Meta set a fine example for us in terms of generosity in supporting parks, and I hope you'll join in with that great movement that is needed. I'd like to give special thanks to Program Manager Kim McKnight. She was our fearless leader throughout this naming process. We ended up with new signage about Micheal Butler Park in the 4 corners. You'll see them as you enter. The history is told on the Historical Commission markers. So in closing, I just really want to celebrate Meta Butler Hunt. Please just raise your hand. And members of your wonderful family are here today. And Phoebe Allen. Phoebe, where are you? Yes, right there. Thank you both. This is a great success, and congratulations on the playground.
We're here today to formally open this garden and to honor the work of the Town Lake Park Alliance with its naming.
Three, two, one.